All right, men, welcome back to another video, and this one is going to be about becoming the fucking man. What do I mean by becoming the fucking man? I'm not talking about the egotistical version that you might be thinking. I'm not talking about the bros, the lads, the fucking man of the crew, or any of that sort of stuff. Um, could be further away from what I'm trying to talk about here. What I'm trying to talk about is you becoming the best version of you that you know that exists. There's a version of you inside of your mind right now that you haven't tapped into, but you know that they exist. You know that you can get to that destination. I'm talking about the strongest version, the healthiest, the wealthiest, the kindest, the main character, the hero in your kid's story, the ultimate partner for your wife, the leader, the boss, the alpha male, the most authentic version that you choose to create. And this is this is what you want. I'm talking about becoming the man in your world, in your reality, not anybody else's. This isn't about anybody else. This is about you becoming the best that you can be. Have a look at that handsome hunk of a man. Jesus Christ. A lot of us just believe in the cards that we are dealt. Like your forever circumstance is genetic or hereditary, and therefore you are just who you are. So this was 8 years ago. Broke as a joke, 70 kilos, skinny fat, permanently stoned, smoking hash. As soon as I wake up in the morning, I'd roll a bloody hash sandwich with a little bit of tobacco sprinkled on there. Living the nomad life, so I was just backpacking around like a bit of a bum for a couple of years. This photo here was taken in North India, and no real direction. Obviously I had a vision of being able to travel and live the best, coolest, fun life that I could. But I didn't really have any direction or any real drive or clear mission, any idea with how I was going to arrive sort of where I am right now, to be honest. And I was that guy, looking for quick fixes. What was, the 30-day challenge. How to make fucking $1 million in 90 days doing fuck all. All of those quick fixes, like I was on it like a bloody like white on rice. I just wanted to find a way to get there as quick as possible. And talking the talk. I was definitely, I was still preaching back then. Thinking that I was on the path, but I was, my internal world wasn't projecting on the external world, as you can see. But I did know that I was destined for more. And as you can see, like I looked like an absolute fucking flop. Like I got hair growing out everywhere. I bloody not in shape at all. I was definitely happy. I was enjoying myself. Don't get me wrong. Late 20s, just cruising around. With no real, um, I guess, no real responsibility, and um, and so that was one of many versions of me. But I have been fortunate enough to have the awareness to know that I can shape my own reality. And, you know, I didn't want to be that guy. I wanted to be who I am now, but I wasn't doing the things that needed to be done to be able to project it to the outside world. And so I've never fallen too long for the identity trap. So I talk about the identity trap. It's such a cliche. You probably know who I'm talking about. One of the boys that you know from high school, or that's in your crew, whatever, and you've known each other for since you were young blokes, and every time you catch up, he just gets absolutely blotto, and he always brings up stuff from like 10 years ago from high school, and they're like stuck in this like identity trap where they're still that same person that avatar that they had to create to sort of be cool or as a defense mechanism in high school or whatever it might be, and they they've never really evolved or changed from that person. And you see this a lot for like people that have never left their hometown, and gone traveling or done anything new. People that have just sort of done as they're told their whole life, and they get stuck in the same person and never really get to experience, or get anywhere near their actual potential because they're just latching on to that old identity. And so this is the current from like 8 years ago, being a bit of a bum. Definitely, like I was a bum, but I was a happy bum. to current. So this is current. This is just the other day. We're in Bali at the moment. So I have multiple streams of income. I can live remotely here in Bali, and everything pretty much ticks along business as usual while we're away for the next month or so. I'm 100 kg and the healthiest I've ever been in my life at 32 years old. I have control over my vices. I can enjoy a drink with my wife when we go out for dinner. I can catch up with friends and have a good time, and I've got 100% control over drugs, alcohol, and all the issues that I did have prior when I was in my 20s. I'm a proud father. I hustle hard, but I still appreciate the small things. And the best part is I really feel like it's just the beginning. And I was scared about hitting the big 3-0, but to be honest, it's just getting a little bit more exciting because you end up just having way more smarts, you have way less hangovers, and you got way more cash. So 30s are going to be awesome. 40s could be even better, but it's just the beginning. There is like never the right time to double down on creating that life that you want for yourself. We have so much time, so much time. So we're indoctrinated into the finish school, go to university, get a job, finance a car, buy a house, fuck it, buy another house, even though you're still paying off all the other shit. And we accumulate all this debt, and it sort of like puts us in this prison, so that we have to really just keep working, and we never really create any serious surplus until we get to the pointy end, and then we're too old and fucked to really enjoy it, and we handball all of our wealth over to our kids, and then we die. So these are the fundamentals that we've been conditioned to believe, but they are all limiting beliefs, keeping you in your box. These are limiting beliefs. Finish school, go to university. This is what you're told you're supposed to do, but this is what's keeping you controlled and keeping you small and not allowing you to venture out to find new things and basically, I hate saying it, but escape the matrix, escape this rat race type lifestyle that like 99% of the world sort of gets stuck doing. You see, there is a version of you that you know exists, but because of those life fundamentals, you've been framed into thinking that it can't be achieved, that you can't reach that level that you want to, or the people that you see on the internet, or the people that you see on the television, all that sort of stuff. You think it's unattainable because, like, you haven't really got the people around you that said that you can actually go for it and do it and make it happen, and they haven't been able to be there to support you because you haven't really had the confidence or the self beliefs to actually try and break free from the cycle. And it's kind of like fit in or fuck off. So essentially, like, do all these things, or you're kind of an outcast in society or in your local community. And nobody likes feeling like an outcast. Nobody likes feeling lonely or anything like that. And that's why we do just want to, I guess, yeah, fit in instead of fucking off and figuring out who we really are and figuring out what we really want to do, what we're capable of doing, what anybody can do. For some reason in Australia, we have an illness. I call it an illness. It's called tall poppy syndrome. I'm sure a lot of you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's when everyone is rooting for the underdog because you remind them of their dreams. Then, as soon as you start to succeed, they try to bring you down a peg because you start to remind them of what they gave up on. Um, I did reword that from the famous Alex Hormozy, and it just hit so hard because I just know along my journey when I first started my business, there's just so many people that were just like rooting for the underdog, bro's gonna make it, bro's having a crack, all that sort of stuff, and then you start to reach a different level of success, and you put yourself out there on social media and stuff like that, and then everyone's just like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? And everyone starts to try and take you down a peg because it really just makes them feel like, fuck, well, what have I been doing if this guy's done this in like 5 years? And, you know, eh, unfortunately, that's the majority of people. You just got to you've got to find a way to find the minority of people that don't think like this, like me. There's two things talked about: facts and opinions. You need to only be concerned about the facts. And the fact is, there are people out there in the world that are far less qualified than you watching this video, living your dream life in real time. There's people right now that are doing it. They've clocked it. They're at the level that you wish to get at, and you are probably more qualified than they are. I am probably less qualified than what you are. I don't have a trade. I dropped out of school in year 10. I got kicked out of the Defence Force because I was getting on the drugs. Um, I didn't go to uni. I don't have a single qualification or anything. I just latched onto an opportunity vehicle. I thought big and I took massive action. And most likely, the opinions of what you're worried about are coming from motherfuckers that aren't living a life that you want anyway. So, and the people whose opinions you're caring about, you don't care about them. So why are we stuck in this fear trap, this trap of uh, fear, which is illusion, and you're scared that it's not going to work out, and you're worried about other people's opinions, which means that you don't back yourself. You don't have the self confidence and the self belief that you can really pull off what it is that's inside of your head. Now, are you a frog? Or are you a man with a set of plums? Yeah, but I this, yeah, but I that, yeah, but I haven't, yeah, but I can't, yeah, but it's different, yeah, but they, yeah, but you sound like a frog. This is an example of what I call a frog. Somebody that just says, yeah, but, because they always have a fucking excuse instead of a fucking solution or a plan. You have no excuses. Whatever rubbish you try and spin is just a flat out lie. Remember this. There is always going to be someone that has come from worse that's done better than you. There is always going to be someone that has come from better and ended up worse. So there's no excuses. This person that. Yeah, but this. There is no excuses. There's always going to be there's massive sides to the pendulum, and there's always going to be somebody that's had a worse start than you and ended up better. There's always going to be somebody that had a better start and ended up fucking writing themselves off. So there is no excuses, only the ones that you keep telling yourself. So instead of defaulting directly to what's holding you back, start proactively creating a plan. How am I going to get to desired outcome? How am I going to become this fucking man that I want to become? How am I going to become the hero in my kid's story? So we need clarity. So without clarity of vision, you will not be able to start reverse engineering your mission, which is the doing part of the vision. 2017, I got very clear on my mission. So this is me, 2017. This is in Alaska. I did a salmon season up there to recoup some cash, and I remember it specifically. I remember sitting on the back of the decks, and we're waiting to release the fish holds at the tenders, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, fucking freezing. I was having a smoke, felt like shit because I've just been eating shit food, drinking piss with the all the fishermen, and just living the fisherman lifestyle. And I was just like, this is fucked. I can't keep doing this. I need to figure out a way to, you know, obtain this life where I can continue to travel. Um, but I need to find a way where I've got, cash. So it's like, how do I create something so that I've got this sustainable, lifestyle, this lifestyle design, the hybrid lifestyle where I've got, you know, financial freedom, but also the abundance of time. And so it was like a decision that I made on that boat there. I was just like, I need to go back to Australia. I need to start a business. I don't know what it's going to be. And I need to create a cash machine that's going to give me the opportunity to do this. So 2019, I started my business doing 24/7 mobile tires. See, there's nothing sexy about what I started. And I think that's where a lot of people get hung up. They seem to be waiting for the big idea and, the next big break and the next trend or whatever the fuck it is, instead of just starting something. But it was the closest opportunity vehicle that I had. That's because come back to my hometown, and I was actually going to get into commercial diving, scuba diving. And then opportunity came up. I was working for a local Thai guy, and I was working for him for a couple of years. Ended up going out on my own. Long story there. Won't go into it. Um, and this was it. This was like this. All right. This is what's going to pay the bills. This is the start to a business. All right. And at the start, it was just out of the back of my ute, with a storage shed, and but I had big plans for it. It was like far beyond where I was, and there's a path in alignment with what you're doing right now that's going to be very similar. I'm sure right now there's something in your life where it would make sense, and I talk about it quite a bit when, if you want to start a business or something like that. It's like, what are you most passionate about, or what are you most skilled at? So, like, by default, you might know a particular skill, and it might not be a sexy opportunity vehicle, but neither was tires, But you just have to think bigger. You just have to think bigger than what it is right now. You need to look at it like a stepping stone to progress you to the next step, and to the next step, to the next step. How do I think bigger? So from here, we scaled to 3 locations, and in 5 years, we did nearly $20 million in sales. And we've since franchised Alpha Tires, and we've exited two of those locations. And we plan to exit our other location, and then we'll just basically scale the franchise with single digit employees and be able to work remotely and still be able to scale Alpha Tires, the brand, to a national level. So that is like 5 years later, we've almost achieved. We sort of have achieved the goal. Like I said, I'm here in Bali for the next month, making plans to, I guess, try and permanently do this. And you know, it started off with just changing tires out of the back of my ute. So, what's your opportunity vehicle right now that you can latch onto, so that you can just start fucking making moves and actually start getting momentum? What does the man mean to me? What does becoming the man mean to me? It means going after what you want. What do you want? What I want. I'm going after what I want. Having a dream, but taking massive action. It has to be it can't just be a dream. I talked about this today. Ambition isn't a dream. You're not ambitious if you've got big dreams. Okay? You're not ambitious if you talk the talk. You're ambitious if you take massive action, and it usually comes with massive risk. That's ambition. Refining your habits and rituals week after week, becoming better, healthier, clearer, sharper, a better version of you. Not holding on to the past and leaning into the new. Not holding on to previous identities that you've been, that you're trapped in. If you, especially if you haven't left your town, you've got like social barriers where you're expected to be this particular person, but you don't have to be. You aren't defined by that particular social identity in that small pond, okay? Because you are a fish in a very small pond right now. So how do we go out into the big ponds and create whoever it is that we want to become? We first step would be leaving your hometown if you haven't already. Um, Taking extreme ownership over any circumstance. Like I said earlier, people have had worse circumstances than you, bro, and they're doing far better than you. Okay, so take ownership over what you can control right now and start moving forward. Have integrity, and having integrity and staying true to your values. Okay, you have to have clear values. What do you stand for? You stand for something, or you fall for anything. And whatever those values are, hold on to them for dear life, because we live in a world where values are slowly diminishing. Treating your mind and body like the temple it is. This is something I neglected for years, and I'm still paying the price today in my 30s, years later, because I neglected my mind, neglected my body. Just kept putting naughty things in there, and not realizing that I was going to get naughty things back out. Not being a sheep, be a leader. Okay, and like when we've got integrity and values and ownership, this all falls into you becoming a leader. You know, becoming the fucking man is becoming a leader for the people around you, your family, your kids, your friends, your team members. Opening up to your spiritual connection with God. And this doesn't have to be, any particular religion, but having faith. Understanding that it's bigger than you, bro. It's bigger than you. Um, you need to have faith. You need to have some sort of internal guidance that you are trying to tap into, as you mature. Understanding that actualizing your true potential is the whole experience, not a destination. Okay, you're not going to arrive at your true potential. You're not going to arrive at this particular level that we're talking about on said day, and there you are, happy days, you're the fucking man. This is, it's not a destination. This is an experience that you work on every single day. It's a craft. It's part of of developing as a man. Making sure you are the hero in your kid's story. What would that look like? You don't want to be that fucking fat broke loser cruising down to school to pick up your kids in your shit heap car, and your kids ask you to park around the corner because they're fucking embarrassed. You don't want to be that person. Okay, you want to be picking up your kids from school, and all the other kids want to jump in as well because you you are the hero in the story. Okay, I don't understand how you couldn't be striving to be that man for the people around you. I don't know what it looks like, but if you aren't already, you need to get very fucking clear on who that man is. Okay, so I've just described who I think it should be. I've just described what I'm striving towards. You need to get clear on who that is for you, because this is about you and becoming the best version of yourself. And don't fucking do it for anybody else. Okay, do it for you. Do it for the people that you love, and like, stop worrying about what people think. Then make a plan as to how you are going to get there. We must first become the man that's worthy of the vision. Nothing will materialize until you are worthy. Dreams don't work until you do. Okay? So we've all got big dreams. I had big dreams. Like I showed you back then, I looked like an absolute bum. I wanted to be this person right now, but my actions weren't representing that outcome. Okay? So you need to be worthy of being able to hold the weight on your fucking shoulders of getting to that next level. So, guys, conclusion. If you are struggling to level up in any area of your life and you want to pivot, click the link below for the Vault, an online community that I created to give men the tools and resources to fortify their mind, get in shape, and learn how to make money online. And also, if you are in small business in automotive or trade service operations, click the link below for a discovery call if you're serious about scaling your business and setting it on autopilot like I've done with mine. If not, thank you for sticking around, guys. Really appreciate it. I hope you got some value. I hope you got some fucking motivation. And I hope you take action after this video and it gives you a little bit of a foot up the ass to go, shit, I can fucking do this. Leave me some feedback. I would love to hear some feedback from you guys in the comments. I'm going to be punching out as many of these type of videos as I can. Business, lifestyle, health, fitness, all that sort of stuff. Cheers, guys. We'll see you around. Peace.